Hey, what's going on, everyone? I am J.A. Dudley. Uh, as I'm thinking about it, I am the common denominator in a lot of situations. And when I look back, what am I, 43? I'm going to be 44 in April of 2024. Uh, I'm just thinking about all the people that I've come in contact with, the people that I've worked with, the people that I've been befriended, the people that uh, I I used to look to count on, they're not really there anymore. I I have a camp and tribe that I could count on, but there are so many people from many years ago. I guess you could say from 2020 back. Well, there's a few sprinkling. Actually, it really isn't. It's just Tom and I really can't think of anyone else from my past that I actually talk and communicate with. Then that makes me think and wonder, since I'm the common denominator, was I a good friend? Through my eyes, I look and see that I stayed consistent. I wasn't all over the place. I was not living reckless. No one said that, hey, being a professional fighter and doing all of that stuff is going to be extremely bad for your health, and we don't support what it is that you're doing. It was looked at as a positive thing. But then when you look at how everyone else was conducting their lives and what it was that they were doing and how they had these ebbs and flows of hot and cold, or wanting to be wild, but recognizing that they're getting older, so they need to become more reserved. I looked at myself as that constant, that common denominator. But by doing that, was I actually a good friend? Like, I never judged anyone or shook my finger at people. You shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be doing that. It's like, no, I knew who I was and what I did, and that's it. I wasn't the one that was drinking. I wasn't going out to clubs. Granted, I worked at nightclubs, I worked at strip clubs and everything, but that wasn't my drive and desire. I was out there utilizing my skills and talents to get money to support my family and build and go from there. So when everyone started to disperse, whether it was people I went to high school with, people I played football with, people that I trained to fight with, everyone going in their different ways, was I someone that cared enough, someone that showed enough empathy to whatever it was that was going on with them? I was always that voice that somebody, that person that somebody would call and they would vent out everything. Then once they get that off their shoulders, they would just disappear. Some people, uh, some people felt some type of way about a certain thing, and then they cut communication. So initially, I started to feel hurt about that. That was maybe 15, 20 years ago. That well, maybe 10, 15 years ago, where it was, I would wonder, what did I do? Why are they not calling anymore? Why are they not picking up the phone? Then I started to realize, like, oh, I am just a season for some people. Or whenever they need me, because they know that I'm being consistent, they'll call on me when they need me. But not be there when I would need them. So I started to recognize that pattern in people and had to really look inside myself and then eventually seek the Father and say, well, I don't need someone to help me work through things. I have enough mental strength to be able to work through just about any problem or situation because of the struggles that I went through. The emotional things or emotional roller coaster that I've had to go through. The signing a contract on a fight, the stepping in a cage and getting a cage locked right behind you with another human being that's capable, or if not more capable than you, across the cage from you, ready to bash your skull in as I am for bashing their skull in. Regular life is not stressful. I've dealt with stress. Granted, I never went to the military and was under gunfire, but I have been in gunfights before. Been shot before. I've been a part of melees before. Got hit in the head with bottles. Never lost consciousness. Never went out. Was bleeding profusely. So, with dealing with all of those things, it's like, well, just a simple hello, or as Saw would push, a QSL. Like, I'm busy right now, but I got your message. I will hit you back when I have the time for it. No, it would just be months and months. Then those months turn to years. So then I started to question, well, was I the negative part of this party, or was my season with that person over with? I started to look back, look through all the interactions, all the things that went on to see if what was actually the case. Then I realized, oh, I was just that season for that person or that group of people or everyone in my past. And now it's just like, oh, I understand that older guy that's focused on his family, that doesn't do much of anything, that doesn't go out, doesn't go to bars or anything. He keeps to himself, barely speaks, because he probably went through the same thing. Where he's in his 60s or 70s, if everyone hasn't already died off, what time do you have for these other people that don't deserve your time? They don't respect your time. So that's where things can get questionable. That's the things that I did question. But now, I no longer question it. I'm happy. I am moving forward with my life. There's so much more to do, so many more people to meet, so many people to interact with, so many people to talk to, so many people to inspire, so many people to tell my story, so that one day, if they're feeling like this or have that issue, wondering what did they do wrong, they'll know it wasn't them that did anything wrong. It was just people moved on, or they didn't respect you in the first place.